Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York Central Time, wherever the heck you are. It's me, Dr. Kufar, and Larry M. Paul is doing a book signing, so I don't know if he's going to be here. Hopefully, we will have some others. If not, hey, we can still have fun. Okay? You save your brain cells and just leave me to lose my brain cells. So, anyway, I got a short intro, not a long one. So we're going to do a short intro and then we're going to get this show on the road. Get your popcorn and sit back. Now, I did say it was short, and that definitely was short. All right, let's get this puppy back up here. I could actually read it from StreamYard, but the only problem is I can't scroll. So, Larry, if somebody comes in or goes in the posts in the back chat, please let me know. I will be back and forth. Paul said he had emailed brother Osama. I don't know if he's coming, but I do see Sister Leah. Welcome to the show.
Hey, my name is Yellow this time.
It's yellow. Okay, I could be blue if you want. Oh, I see what you're talking about. The yellow tags.
Yeah, that's new, but it looks better.
I'm sorry. What color? What color do you like?
No, it looks good. My name looks the longest. That's what matters.
Oh, okay. Well, we could fix that. I could take off the names. Anyway, welcome. Paul is doing a book signing, so I don't know if he's going to make it. If he does,
Hey,
it's
he's
going to be
too
in late.
famous.
I'm sorry.
He's too famous.
I know. Apparently, everybody's famous except me. Who do we got here? I guess let's get started. So we left off on what chapter did we leave? Oh, chapter 36. The Yasin or WS, and we left off on number 69. The Quran is a clear book and easily understood. I was going to use some characters from Snap Camera, but I decided not to. Couldn't figure out which one. I think maybe next week because it's getting close to Halloween. I will do one in costume, so that should be fun. Okay, let's see. Can we see?
You
Uh,
should find like a Muhammad one, and then while you're reading, it'll add like a character.
well, you're
Make
talking
the
about
people.
like, well, the closest I could find to Muhammad was a sheikh, and I lost that one. And they have a different sheikh, but that's about it. And since we don't know what Muhammad looks like, I mean, according to the hadiths, he was a little short guy. He was fat and white, but they've now since changed the hadith, so it's no longer pertaining to him, but one of the companions, which is bullcrap because I have a screenshot before they did that. Hey, Mr. Andrew Martin, good to see you. If you want to come up, oh, it's springtime in New Zealand. Yeah, you guys in the other part of the world.
By
Oh,
the way, if you realize, I'm sorry I didn't go on live. I had to delay. I know I told you like 5. I just changed it to 8.
no, okay, no problem, no problem. Let me put it back up here in case Andrew wants to come up or somebody. Okay, enough wasting time. Let's get this crap out of the way. Okay, we have not taught him the poetry, nor must it be from him. That doesn't make any sense. It is only a reminder in a clear Quran. Okay, to warn who was alive. Okay, and
That doesn't make any sense.
no, I don't.
I mean, are they gonna? Could it be written to the dead too?
You
I
know what?
mean, I mean, does Allah have to tell us that the Quran is supposed to be a clear Quran and it's supposed to warn who was alive? But wait a minute, if but he's talking in the past tense, so the people are no longer alive because it says to warn who was alive. Was means they were alive and now they're dead. So why do I need to read? This is not for me. Allah, you need to say to warn those who are alive, and that the word may be established against the infidels. If people are dead, who cares? I mean, it makes no sense. Reminder in a special in the Quran. Well, not really, Andrew, because the Torah is a reminder, the Injil is a reminder, the Zabur is a reminder. So which reminder is he talking about? They do not see that we have created livestock for them, or what our hands have made, so that they are its owner. Ooh, Allah made stuff with his hands. Oh, look at that. Allah's got hands. See, he does have hands. They say, well, it's metaphorical. Well, how
Hey,
do
hang
you...
on 1 second. Oh,
Sure.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make another comment about 70 when we're done,
Okay,
or
go
when
ahead.
you're done. Well, I'm just wondering, is this saying that the Quran came to warn people who were already dead? So that would mean that the Quran had pre-existed before Muhammad.
Well, I mean, they did because remember,
The tablet, the pre-existing
yeah,
tablet, but I'm still stuck back at the very first verse 69, and I'm thinking, for example, the side by side comparison when Allah says, that this is a reminder, and then I'm thinking about, like, for example, communion. Now that's a reminder. But this, I'm trying to see what I'm trying to remember, but there ain't much to remember. Or what is he trying to allude to that this would be a reminder of?
yeah. Also, what does he mean? Nor must it be for him. Okay, so if it's not for Muhammad, then what's the deal here? If it's not for Muhammad, what? Why do we need Muhammad in the first place? So, were you done with your analysis, Larry? Hey,
Yeah,
Marianne, nice to see you.
I think so.
Okay, but notice, I mean, if you
Perhaps.
read, go ahead, Lee.
Sorry, no, I just said perhaps.
Oh, yeah, perhaps. I mean, I'm still stuck on that the Quran is to warn who was alive. So it's not to warn who are alive. It's to warn those who were alive. Maybe the Quran is only for Judgment Day. All right,
Well, that's
70.
why I'm saying that there had to been that this Quran was revealed when these people were alive.
Right, which is why Lee and I are saying maybe he's referring to I forgot what it's called, but it's the Quran that's in the tablets. You know, the one
But
that
that
has,
couldn't really be
yeah,
because it had to been revealed to those people,
right.
correct?
Uh, yeah, that's a good point there. No, the Quran, my understanding is the Quran was only revealed to Muhammad.
I
Now,
think I think it's because of the deficiency of our minds that we don't understand that it's so clear.
oh, that could be it. That could be it. The tablet is simply the writing tablet most scribes used. Okay, could be, could be. I mean, who knows? They write on the cattle. Could be. I mean, who knows? Okay, and we subdued them for them. Okay, I guess he's talking about the cattle or the livestock. So on some of them they ride, and some of them they eat. Now Allah doesn't tell us who can we ride and who can we eat, and they find in them profitable uses and drinks. Okay, wait a minute. It must be talking about the cow, or maybe it's the camel piss. Who knows?
Well, hang on. How many drinks do you get from a cow?
You only get one, milk.
But this says drinks.
Yeah. Now, how many outside of a cow? Maybe I'm just forgetting. Outside of a cow, what other animal gives us something that we can drink besides camel piss, which I'm not too fond of it. It's a little bit on the bitter side.
Well, I think some people do drink goat milk.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Or maybe sheep milk. I mean, who knows? But it's still milk. So it's not like it's a different drink. It's just coming from a different animal. But okay, maybe he's talking about cow milk, goat milk, camel milk. Uh, you know, do they not give thanks? I don't know. Is this Allah talking? I mean, Allah should know if people give thanks or not. Isn't He the creator? I mean, this guy's not very eloquent here. And they take gods without Allah. Poor Allah. He's feeling left out. Perhaps they may be helped. Okay. They cannot help them. And they will have troops who will bring them in. Okay. Is he talking about the Muslim army? So do not let their speech grieve you. Surely we know what they hide and what they announce. Okay.
Whoa, wait. Who's going to give the speech?
I guess he's talking about the people that take gods without Allah. So it's okay to take gods with Allah, right? You just can't take gods without Allah. Just make sure you remember that. It has to be with Allah. Otherwise, no bueno. Now, as far as their speech, I am thinking it's going to be the infidels. Or, like I said, the people who are taking gods without Allah. And
Okay.
apparently, God,
No, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, apparently Allah knows what they hide and what they announce. I mean, clearly, I'm not Allah, and if you announce something, I'm going to know what you announce. So, what's so special about Allah knowing what they announce? Hello, it's public, unless they're doing it in their house. Does the human not see that we created him from a nutfa? So he is an obvious adversary? That doesn't make sense. And he gives us a parable and forgets his creation. Now, who's given a parable? Is it the person created from the nutfa, or what? He says, who will give life to the bones when they are decaying? Say, he will give life to them who made it the first time. And he is knower of all creation. Okay. All right, let me just go over here and double check the backstage. Nobody on backstage. Okay. The human refers to the leaders of most tribe. Okay. Oh, yeah, but coconuts, Marion, is not a livestock, so we can't use that one. Although that's a good one. We do get coconut milk, almond milk. Does the human not see? Okay. So we are in 80. Who makes fire for you from the green tree? Actually, you don't want to use a green tree to make a fire. It's almost impossible to make a fire from a green tree because the tree is saturated with, sap and liquid. So you want to use dry old wood for fire. You don't want to use green. It's very hard to catch a green tree on fire. So then you kindle from it. No, you kindle from dead wood. You don't kindle from green trees. I'm telling you, Allah doesn't know anything about starting a fire. Okay? I've never seen anybody, excuse me, I've never seen anybody teach you to go and start a fire using green wood cut from a green tree. It is not he, is not he who created the heavens and the earth able to create like them? Okay. What did the other people create? Yes, he is the creator, the knower. And surely it is only his command. If he desires anything, he will say to it, be, so it will be. So notice that there's a time lapse between Allah saying be and something happening. I thought it was supposed to be like, Allah says be and poof, there you are. So now I got to wait. No wonder Adam had to wait, 40 days fermenting. Mr. Rad, welcome. We lost Liam. All right, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on her. Okay. So praise be to him, and whose hand is the kingdom of all things, and to him you will return. And look at that, alhamdulillah, we just crossed over another milestone. We finished this chapter. We are now in chapter 37, the assembled ranks. And before I do that, let me go to chapter 38 in my other screen so I can see what the messed up words are. And let me see how many they are. Oh, there's 10. Okay, alhamdulillah. All right, I don't see Leia. Hopefully Leia, when she comes back, Larry, she'll, she'll say something. Actually, let me see if I blow this bad boy up to 200, now that I have a new monitor. How does it look here? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's do this. The chapter 37, the assembled ranks. Here we go again. I swear by the ranks lining up in the ranks. Okay. Does that make sense? Well, actually, I do believe that I swear is not in there. So the verse basically states or starts by the ranks lining up in ranks. I don't know what that means. So the rebuked who is rebuking. So the successor of a reminder. Surely your God is one, Lord of the heavens and the earth and what is between them, and the Lord of the easts. What does Osama say? The word easts is written in plural in the Arabic text. Oh, come on, Osama. Why did you correct the mess there? Okay, so basically, no, he didn't correct it. He left it east. Now, guys, how many easts do we have? Now, is he talking about the northeast, southeast, and so forth?
Well, I will say when I was a kid, I used to get my directions mixed up. So there's a lot of times that I would say that the west was the east. So that would technically make two east. So maybe Allah doesn't know his directions very well.
I mean, it could be. All right, I'm taking your advice, Larry. I'm going to post on the thing here. Please let us know if you are in the page. Oops. This keyboard is, oh well. Okie dokie. All right. Surely we have adorned the heavens of the world with the adornment of the planets, okay? In keeping against every rebellious Satan, okay? I don't know what that means. Okay. They do not hear the assembly on high, for they are thrown from every side, expelled, and they have continuous torment. Except who snatch the snatching. So a shooting star follows him. Okay, now Osama didn't tell us that Allah is using the stars as missiles, but that's okay. So consult with them. Consult with who? Who's consulting who? Okay, anybody know? Because I don't know. So consult with them. Are they strong creatures, or who created us? Who's talking here? I mean, if this is Allah, why would Allah say, "And who created us"?
Well, there is more than one creator, so maybe Allah was created.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. Surely we created them from sticky mud. Okay, created them. Created who? What sticky mud? Were you created out of sticky mud, Rad? Larry? I mean, I wasn't. Meteor showers, yeah. which refers to the summer and the winter
Well,
sunrise.
I don't know about sticky mud, but I'm pretty sure no. I mean, although I was there, I don't remember it. But yeah, there was no mud involved. So I don't know. Maybe the Muslims are mud people. Is what they're saying. I don't know. I guess. You know.
I mean, who knows?
Go ahead and mute me, please. I'm driving.
All right, let's continue with this mess. Yet you wonder and they scoff, okay? And when they are reminded, they will not remember. Okay, what are we supposed to remember? What did they not remember? And when they see a sign, they will scoff. Well, I mean, it depends on the sign. If it's a good looking woman, I'm not going to be scoffing. And they said, but this is an obvious sorcery. What if we died and were dust and bones? Hey, Rad, I think you got your mic on, bro.
You gotta mute me, dude, because I'm
Oh, okay.
driving.
Okay, there you go. Alrighty. I guess Leia's baby must have woken up. And when they see a sign, they will scoff, and they said, this is but obvious sorcery. What if we died and our bones will be raised? Oh, will our bones be raised? I don't know. Or our ancient fathers. Say yes, and you will be disgraced. So surely there is only one rebuke. Let's look at number 2. Shout. Okay. So then they are looking. What are they looking for? And they said, oh, woe to us. This is the judgment day. So these people already died and now they're on judgment day. And what the hell does this have to do with this chapter? This is the separation day which you were denying it. Okay, that doesn't make any sense either. Gather those who were gather those who were unjust and their wives and what they were serving without Allah, so guide them to the way of hell. Who is he telling to gather? Is he talking to hell? Who's supposed to gather the unjust?
Well, I think every time that it talks about Judgment Day, I think this is going back to again of that they're ready to invade the enemy, and when they capture them, it's going to be Judgment Day, and it's game on.
Gather those who were unjust and their wives and what they are serving without Allah, so guide them to the way of hell. I mean, you could be right. And stop them. Surely they are to be asked, why did you not help each other? Yet today they will be surrendered. You might be right. I mean, this makes absolutely no sense. And some of them came to the others asking each other, they said, surely you were coming to us from the right. They said, yet you were not believers. And it was not for us to have authority over you, yet you were a rebellious people. Who in Allah's name is actually doing the talking here? So the words of our Lord were established. Surely we are tasting. Now, notice that this would have been an incomplete sentence. It would have just said, surely we are tasting. The torment was added by Osama. I mean, everybody tries to. CP says, because the sun rises and sets in particular places in the summer and slightly different places in the winter, Muhammad, aka Allah, concluded that their mess have created 2 easts and 2 wests. I think that you are right there, sister. I think that Allah is just confused. We don't say there's 2 easts and 2 wests simply because of that. But hey, Allah didn't know that, or Muhammad didn't know that. So we seduced you. Surely we were seduced. Who? What? How were they seduced? Were they at least good looking? So surely on the day that they are partners in torment. Okay. Likewise, we surely do to the criminals. Likewise, we surely do to the criminals. You do what to the criminals? Okay. Surely they were proud when it was said to them, there is no God but Allah. And they say, are we forsaken our gods to a demon-possessed poet? Yet he came with the truth and confirmed the messengers. Okay. Surely you will taste the painful torment, and you will not be rewarded except what you were doing. I'm going to have to get the voice changer. Okie dokie. Hey, Mick. Good to see you. We might have to start an English room just so you can converse with us English speakers. In the gardens, believers will have a spring of wine, but they will not have hangovers and never get drunk. Now, this is the kind of wine that I really want. I want the wine that's going to get me there without the hangovers, and I will never get drunk. Accept the faithful servants of Allah. Okay, how do you start off? How do you start off a sentence? Accept the faithful servants of Allah. Those will have a measured provision, fruit. Ooh, sounds delicious.
Wait. So you're going to give wine that doesn't get you drunk, but except for the faithful servants of Allah, they're going to have the wine that gets you drunk? Is that what he's saying?
Excuse me, that went down the wrong part. Well, if you were to take away what the Osama says, we would have no idea. It would literally out of nowhere start with, except the faithful servants of Allah, those will have a measured provision, fruit. No,
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so you almost have to ignore what's bold because that's not in the Quran. He's just trying to make sense of what Allah's trying to say. Because let's see, would you actually know that this is talking about wine? Okay, let's continue. Okay, they are honored in the gardens of the bliss, on the beds facing each other. Oh my God, you're gonna have beds, and we're gonna be looking at each other. Brad, I don't want to see your ugly face. A cause. Let me see what's number 3. A cup, a non-Arabic word of Aramaic origin. A cup will be passed around them from a spring. Notice that the wine is Osama. So you're going to get a cup. It's going to be passed around. It's going to be passed around among them from a spring. Dude, you're going to be swapping spit with everybody. Everybody's going to be drinking from the same cup. That is disgusting, Allah. White and delicious to the drinkers. Ooh, this sounds like white wine. No intoxication in it, and they will not run out of it. Oh man, you're gonna have rivers of some good old wine. And it's gonna be white. What if I like red wine, Allah? Can't you make a non-intoxicant red wine? You gotta pair the wines with if you're eating fish, you want to have a white wine. If you're eating red meat, you want to have a red wine. Okay. Ooh, not only will you be in a bed facing each other, okay, so all the beds in heaven are facing each other, but look at this, us men, we lucky bastards. In the gardens, men will have pure virgins to enjoy. Oh, I think I'm taking my shahada after this show. And with them are ever virgins, who restrained their eyes as if they were sheltered eggs. So you got to be gentle with them. You might crack an egg or two. Some of them came to the others, asking each other. Said a speaker among them, surely I had a friend. He says, are you surely of the believers? Where's my okay. If we died,
You know, you gotta play some 1970s porno movie music when you read this.
you
You
know
know what
what?
I mean?
I may
Because
have to
that's
get
what this is.
I
That's
may
what this beginning to sound like, dude. Just
I may have to get some background music, get some sexual healing music. What's his name? Barry White. Surely I had a friend. I don't know what that means. He says, are you surely of the believers? What if we died and we were dust and bones? Will we surely be judged? Now, what does being told that you're going to get beds that face each other, rivers of non-intoxicating wine, you're going to get ever virgins, and what does this crap have to do with it? He said, are you looking? Who said, are you looking for what? So he looked, and he saw him in the center of hell. Saw who? We don't know. He said, I swear by Allah, you had almost caused me to perish. Who the hell is he talking to? And were it not for the grace of my Lord, I was surely of those who were brought. I was surely of those who were brought. Brought where? Are we not going to die except our first death? And we are not going to be tormented? Okay, all right. Surely this is a great triumph. Yeah, I mean, hey, man, all those women, why not? Like that. So let the workers work. Okay. Is this better for the guest of the tree of Zakum? What is that sucker? Number 4, a tree in hell. Okay. All right. Is this better for the guest or the tree of hell? Surely we made it a sedition to the unjust. Surely it is a tree that comes from the origin of hell. All right. How do trees survive in hell? Its blossom. So this tree only has one blossom. Is surely as the heads of the Satans. That doesn't look like a pretty picture. So surely they will eat from it. Okay. So they will fill their bellies from it. Okay. Now, what exactly does this tree provide? Then surely they will have above it a mixture of, ooh, that's not good. A close warm, as in the statement, close a warm friend. In the context, other translators chose the word hot. So they will have a mixture of hot. Hot what? Hot hamon. Then surely they will return into hell. So that means they were in hell. They left hell, and now they're going back to hell. Alhamdulillah. So maybe you get a 24-hour pass. Hey, Brother Dink, Allah gives a pass so you can get out of hell. You can get a get out of hell free card, but then you have to promise to return. They surely found their father's error. Okay, what was that? So they hastened on their footsteps. Okay. And indeed, most of the ancients before them erred. Okay. And indeed, we sent warners among them. They must have not done a good job because they still went to hell. So see how was the end of the warned? Except the faithful servants of Allah who will have beds that face each other, rivers of flowing white wine that doesn't cause them to be drunk and have a hangover, and lovely, luscious, everlasting virgins. I'm telling you, man. Oh my God, here we go. The story of Noah again. The story of Noah is copied from the Bible and corrupted again. Man, We already read all of this crap? Holy moly. That's because you guys ain't saying much. Now, if Osama was here, okay, Brad dropped off. Okay. Let me know when he comes back, Larry.
Sure thing.
Man, we might do 3 chapters today. It's only 6:35. Okay. And indeed, Noah called us. So blessed were those who answered. Okay.
Whoa. Yeah,
Yeah.
who is us?
Okay. Slight problem, don't you think there, Larry? So Noah called us. Who's us? So blessed were those who answered. Who answered? Okay. And we delivered him and his family from the great distress. And we made his offspring, and they are the reminder. Oh, I'm sorry, the remainder. Okay. And we left for him among the others. Wait a minute. And we left from him among the others. Does that make sense to you, Larry?
No, not at all.
I mean, hey, here's Paul with his matrix flashing background camera.
Uh-oh. Is it flashing again?
It's doing the old
Uh-oh.
the old black and white
Yeah.
lines.
This is why I'm getting a new computer next week.
All right. Okay. How was your book
We're
signing?
taking this. I didn't sell anything.
No?
But got to meet a lot of people, and PR wasn't done very well.
Okay.
So, but it was nice to meet new people.
Okay. Yeah, so you missed. We already we finished the other chapter 36, and we're in verse 75 of chapter 37. And
All
let
right,
me tell you, we're kind of confused. We're stumped. Because Osama says the story of Noah is copied from the Bible and corrupted again. So it starts, and indeed, Noah called us. Noah called who? So blessed were those who answered. Who answered?
Who's the us? I mean, that's
I don't know. So blessed were those who answered. Who answered? Was it Allah and Isa and
it's a plural.
Yeah, and the spirit of Allah?
So we're talking about 3 people. Is that correct?
Yeah, plural would be 3, minimum 3.
Okay.
Okay, and we delivered him and his family from the great distress. We have no clue what that distress is. Would you know what the distress was, Paul?
Not from this.
No. And we made his offspring. Okay, and we made his offspring. They are the remainder. What the hell? Okay. And we left for him among the others. What does that mean? That doesn't make sense. Peace be on Noah and the worlds. What does that mean? Peace be on Noah and the worlds. How many worlds?
So is Noah now somebody that lives on many planets?
I guess could be. I mean, Noah's talking to us. Okay, is that like a royal we? It's a majestic us. Surely, okay, no. Likewise, we surely reward the doers of good. Okay. Surely he is among our believing servants. Then we drown the others.
Okay, so we have a problem here. Here's the big problem. Go back up to verse. Go back up a few verses there. We got the drowning part, but okay, go back to just a hair down. Okay, so we've got great distress before we have the flood. What's the distress before the flood?
Maybe he was distressed that Allah said he was going to flood the area. Could that be it?
But then the distress would be about the flood coming.
Right, but Allah's not very clear in his clear book.
Well, maybe it's something to do with these amazing, when you see these new versions of Noah, you'll see like these amazing people that aren't superhuman, supernatural beings that are popping out of the sky or wherever. Yeah, the quote watchers that show up. Yeah,
Okay, he is among our believing servants. So how many servants were they? And then we drowned the. Now, in the story of Noah, have we read about Allah telling Noah to take two of each animal, which was really seven of the clean animals?
we haven't heard anything about preserving life.
Okay.
Not even Noah's life, because he never gets told to get on an ark that I could see. Not in the Quran.
Yeah, I didn't think so. At least when I was looking up the stories of Abraham, I couldn't find any. Okay, the story of Abraham is copied from the Bible and corrupted once again. Okay. Hey, at least he's got the order correct. Noah, then Abraham. Okay.
It happens once in a blue moon.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, he gets the order. So let's see. And surely of his sect was Abraham. Who? Whose sect? Okay. You know what?
Well, I know the reasoning for this is there's a belief that in Islam there's a belief that God puts you in that particular sect that makes it the best, and then he pulls the best out of that sect, and so that's a statement that the people he came from were the best. That's what that is a statement of. So really, the people in Ur were the best? Huh.
Apparently so. When he came to his Lord with a sound heart, okay, when he said to his father and his people, "What are you serving? Do you desire?"
Today we're serving cheeseburgers.
Oh man, now you got me hungry. I'm thinking of a cheeseburger. I did have sunny side eggs. What are you serving? Do you desire false gods without Allah? Okay, see, would I be wrong in saying that it's okay to have false gods as long as you include Allah in the picture? Right? I mean, it says, "Do you desire false gods without Allah?"
That is correct. That is what the implication is.
Yeah.
But
Now,
again, if you are an Arabic as a second language, or you're
right.
just generally ignorant of how to communicate, you wouldn't realize you're declaring Allah a false god.
Now, it would have been better if the writer said, "Do you desire false gods?" instead, or beside. Yeah, no, not besides, because that still would be like without. Okay, do you desire the false gods instead of the true God, Allah? So, what do you think of the Lord of the worlds? Not very much. I think he's an idiot, or whoever wrote this. So he looked carefully at the stars. Okay. So he said, "Surely I am sick." Wow. Could you imagine looking at the stars make you sick? So they turned their backs from him. Okay.
Well, who did? Who turned their backs from who?
That's what I'm trying to figure out there. What are you serving? What do you think of the Lord of the Worlds?
Well, I think we have to go back to 85 because he's talking to his father and his people. So this is a continuation.
But he
So
leaves his father. Why is his father? This doesn't make any sense. This would all have to be said in Ur.
Yeah. So apparently he was talking to them and he asked them, "Okay, what do you think about the Lord of the Worlds?" Then he looks at the stars and he gets sick. So they turned their backs from him. Well, I mean, he was sick. He was probably throwing up. I turned my back on him. Then he turned to their gods. So he said, "Will you not eat? Why can you not talk?" So he fell on them, striking them with the right hand. Oh, that's got to hurt.
Wait a minute. I mean,
Those must
and
have
the
been
right hand's supposed to be symbolic, and keep that in mind. I can't
right.
remember the right hand. What your right hand possesses is usually slaves. So this is the ownership hand, I guess.
So they came to him in haste. I'm assuming that's the people. He said, do you serve what you carve? And Allah created you in what you do. They said, building a building for him. What?
Okay, so this is going to be the story. This is going to be that they're going to claim that they're building the Kaaba, but this isn't So far, they haven't left because he's talking to his dad.
Okay, so I see he's asking them, and Allah created you, and what do you do? That should have been a question mark. That period threw me off because I was like, okay. So then they answered and they said, we're building a building for him. Who's him? So they threw him into hell.
No. Do you serve what you carve? He's talking about idols there. So that's all speaking about Allah. That's all idols. And Allah created you and what you do. That's just another statement. It's not a question.
Oh, okay. No, I see. My brain's
They said build a building for him. It's a command almost.
But if he's not asking a question, why would they respond with, they said building a building for him? Who's him?
I don't know.
So they threw him into hell. Threw who into hell?
I have no clue here. The 97 doesn't follow anything.
So they desired a scheme against him. So we made them the lowest. And he said,
weren't they just thrown into hell?
Huh?
They were just thrown into hell. How are they doing this now?
I don't know. Apparently, they got one of those 24-hour passes to get out of hell.
Hey, Larry, I think you have YouTube on too. You might want to turn the sound off on YouTube.
Weird, I don't hear it.
Oh, when he's on, I hear it.
Okay. And he said, surely I am going to my Lord. He will guide me. Okay. Contrary to the common Muslim misconception, both the Bible and those verses agree that Isaac, rather than Ishmael, was the sacrificial son, but the story here is corrupted by Muhammad. Why is that not surprising? Yeah, note that Ishmael is not mentioned in the verses. Moreover, the description of this son as forbearing is in contrast to the Bible's description of Ishmael as a wild man. Okay, my Lord, grant me from the goods. How do I know who's talking?
Who's he talking to? We have no clue.
Guess this is Abraham talking to God. So we gave him the good news of a forbearing young man. Okay. So when he came to the age of walking with him, he said, my son, surely I see in my sleep that I am slaughtering you. So see what you see.
It doesn't. Why would you say something like that to a
kid?
Okay. People, okay. Boys start, what are we talking about? The average kid starts walking in between 9 months and a year. It's usually before years up, you got a child walking.
And they're usually not talking that much.
And you're going to tell a kid at this age, I mean, we're talking about toddler. You're going to tell a kid that you have a dream about killing the child? Really?
Yeah,
this is a sick man that would do that.
But look at what follows. So see what you see. What does that mean?
None of it makes any sense. It's just as clear as mud.
Oh, but look at this. The little toddler, he talks. And you thought it was only Jesus speaking from the cradle. Look at this. This kid just started walking and he's already talking. He said, oh, my father, do what you are commanded. You will find me among the patient if Allah wills. Okay.
Really? I mean, you tell me a toddler could come up with words like this? No. Usually, daddy, you'd have simple words.
Dada.
And so here's the other thing I will say about these kind of passages. It makes me wonder if the guy who decided to write this, one of the reasons he's writing it is because there's no women interested in him, and so he's never had a child, so he doesn't know any better.
Yeah. I think you might need to highlight that because that's a good one.
I
right
did.
there.
I
Oh,
did.
Okay.
If you want to switch, I can share it out. I didn't realize.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and share it because I well, I don't see it, but I like to come back and forth and see your highlighted
Okay.
version. All right, there we go. Oh, and by the way, I'm using my I think it's my 24 or 27-inch monitor that was given to me. Oh, makes reading this so much better. I almost can read it without my reading glasses. Almost.
Mine's
That's
like a 48.
Oh,
Yeah. That's my second monitor. It's a huge TV.
whew. Okay, yeah, I sold my TV. Okay, all right, my lord. Okay, okay. So when they surrendered, when they surrendered,
What did they surrender from? I mean, I don't understand.
they surrendered
My
to
Father, do
Allah's.
what you're commanded. You will find me among the patient if Allah wills. Who's surrendering? It says they. So this is not the daddy.
I guess it's Abraham and whoever the son is. Now let me see. So when they surrendered, and he had laid him down on his jabin, the side of his forehead, non-Arabic word, Aramaic origin. Okay. So he laid him on the side of his head, and we called him, O Abraham, indeed you have believed the vision. Likewise, we surely reward the doers of good. Surely this is a clear trial, and we redeemed him with a great sacrifice.
We don't even know what they're talking about. What did he do that required sacrifice?
Now, Little
What kind of sin did
Deer,
he commit?
I think it was Little Deer Blue over on Clubhouse, had a very good point. I think it was Little Deer. She wanted to ask the Muslims before they kicked her out of the stage. What is the significance? Why did Allah have to sacrifice something if Abraham had passed the trial? Why was there still a need?
Was there a trial here? Because I didn't see a
Well,
trial.
the trial was to see if Abraham would sacrifice his son. Because if you go up, right, it says here, "Oh, Abraham, indeed you have believed the vision." Because remember, the vision says that Abraham saw himself slaughtering his son. So,
Oh, that's really a different story. Wow.
yeah, so Allah is now saying, "Hey, oh Abraham, indeed you have believed in the vision. Likewise, we surely reward the doers of good. Surely this is a clear trial." So her question was, because Muslims were saying, "Oh, why did Jesus have to be sacrificed? Why did they have to be a blood sacrifice?" But then again, so she's got a good point. If Abraham had passed the test or the trial, whatever Muslims want to call it, why was it still necessary for him to have a sacrifice?
And this isn't a vision.
Huh?
So this is the thing that bothers me is that they're saying none of this is real. This all happened while he was awake. This
Well,
never
no.
really
What
happened. These are
happened? Well,
visions.
no. The vision.
The vision is.
Or
I'm getting at the
or-
vision is in
or-
reality the way the story went. It was something that really happened.
Yeah.
But in Islam, it's all happening in his head,
well,
except for the sacrifice.
right. So he saw the vision or the dream of slaughtering his son, and blah blah blah, and then he tells his little toddler, "Hey, I'm going to kill you because that's what I saw in my dream from Allah."
Mhm.
But here we don't know, what does this mean? And we redeemed him with a great sacrifice. What was that great sacrifice? We don't know.
Well, Muslims will tell you that it was a ram. Am I still echoing, Paul?
Yeah, Larry.
No, you're not echoing anymore.
Yeah, I understand, but the problem is, where does it say that it was a ram or a lamb or a goat or anything?
No place.
No place. 108. And we left for him among the others. What does that mean?
Who'd they leave? Okay. If you leave Abraham and whoever this was, did it say Ishmael? Because I didn't see it.
No, he doesn't say Ishmael.
Okay.
He didn't even say.
And we left for him among the. Who we leaving? Are we leaving Abraham and Ishmael?
I have no clue.
That doesn't mean anything. And we left for him.
I mean, so far nothing has made sense.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just, it does. I mean, this is probably the muddiest piece I've seen in a few days. You know, this is just.
I'm gonna kind of have to agree with you there. This is worse than the copy and paste chapter.
Well, this is just sad. Is what it comes down to. Yeah.
Peace be on Abraham. Okay. Likewise, we reward the doers of good. Okay. Surely he is of our believing servants. Okay.
Who's
And
he?
He's talking about Abraham.
Well, how do we know that? Because he already,
Because-
okay, up here, we left for him among the others. Peace be on Abraham. Likewise, okay. Yeah, I guess, okay. Now they did mention Abraham again.
yeah.
All right, so I'll give it to you.
Muslims will say that he goes back to Abraham, to the last proper noun or noun.
Okay. Surely he is of our believing servants.
And we gave him the good news of Isaac, a prophet among the good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have not seen Allah given Abraham the good news of Ishmael.
Well, my big scare here is he now seems to understand what good news is. Because, you know, a baby is always good news.
Yeah, the other good news
but
is not good
my
news.
concern here is if he thinks Isaac is good news, is there torture soon?
I guess we'll see. And we gave him the good news of Isaac, a prophet among the good. So now we know that Isaac is going to be a prophet among the good. And we blessed on him and on Isaac. Okay. And from their offspring, an obvious doer of good and unjust to himself. What?
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, and we blessed on him and on Isaac from their offspring. Their offspring. So there is no promise here to Ishmael.
No.
And it clearly states that the promise is through Isaac.
Yeah, but I still have a problem with their offspring. Does that mean the offspring of Abraham and Isaac?
Well, so if you look at it this way, they're talking about a father, the son, they're talking about the descendants going down.
Because there's another verse where it says, and we blessed on him, or we bestowed on him, Isaac and Jacob. And from their offspring.
Yeah, he thinks Jacob is another child.
Yeah, but I don't see Jacob in this verse. So,
but that's the way this reads is there would be a blessing on the offspring of the going down from descendants and descendants. So this is a blessing on the people who are known as the Jews.
Right.
Right. And this blessing came from Abraham being faithful then too, right?
That's what this reads as, yes.
So yeah, that just completely eliminates Ishmael as having any importance whatsoever.
Well, you'll never find Ishmael being mentioned as the son of, as being the son of Abraham by Allah. Notice how in 112 he says, and we gave him the good news of Isaac. You will never see Allah says, and we gave him the good news of Ishmael.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I mean, there are many verses where Allah refers to giving Abraham Isaac and Jacob, Isaac and Jacob, Isaac and Jacob. You're not going to find Allah saying, and we gave Abraham Ishmael and Isaac and Jacob. None of that. Even though Allah thinks Jacob is the son of Abraham, which is not true. Okay. The story of Moses and Aaron is copied from the Bible and corrupted once again. Oh, my. And indeed, we conferred a favor on Moses and Aaron, and we delivered them and their people from the great distress. But we don't know what this distress is. And we helped them so that they were the victors. And we gave them the clarifying book.
What book?
I don't know, but it's clarifying something. And we guided them to the straight way. And we left for them among the others. What the hell does that mean?
What we left for them. I'm curious about this passage, and we left for them. I mean, I'm curious, what is there a special meaning in that phrase? Maybe an idiom in Arabic. I mean, I don't know.
Let me go. Oops, I'm not on that laptop. Let me see. Okay, what? It says 37, I think, right? 37. What's the verse?
119.
119. Let me see what it says here. I don't know why my internet's. And we left for both of them among the later generations. That doesn't make sense either. Okay, what does Muhammad Assad? And we left them thus to be remembered among the later generations. That would make sense.
Say it again.
Muhammad Assad says, and left them thus to be remembered among later generations.
No, it's an awful lot of words to add to make it clear.
Yeah, I know. And then what does Pictol say? And we left for them among the later folks. The salutation, okay? What does Yusuf Ali say? And we left for them among generations to come and later times. Man, all these people are just adding stuff that's not in the Quran.
Now, this is why they say you can't trust the English versions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, peace be on Moses and Aaron. Likewise, we surely reward the doers of good. Surely they are among our believing servants. Okay. The story of Elijah is drawn from the Bible, condensed and corrupted. For the complete original story, obviously go to the original source, the Bible. And surely Elias,
Elijah.
yeah, Elias. Wrong name. He meant Elijah. Is one of the messengers. Okay.
So he's not a prophet. He's a messenger.
Yeah. And when he said to his people, will you not fear? Do you call on Baal? Number 8. Baal, non-Arabic word, Syriac origin. Okay. And forsake the best of the creators. Aha! Allah is the best of creators. So clearly, Baal is also a creator, but Allah is better than him. Allah, your Lord and the Lord of your ancient fathers. Oh, okay. It's still one. All the breakups, it's still all one sentence. Okay. So they denied him. So surely they will be brought, except the faithful servants of Allah. Okay. And we left for him among the others. What is it with this? And we left for him among the others.
That keeps showing up. I think it's some kind of idiom. It's the only thing that makes sense. But in Arabic, it would require somebody who actually understands Arabic culture from that time period, or they just understand it's a bad piece of bad poetry. It doesn't work, whatever it is.
Okay. Peace be on the family of Yasin.
Who's Yasin?
Well, apparently that's another name for Elijah.
Oh my gosh.
Another mistake for the name of Elijah. I thought his name was this here.
Yeah, okay. Well, we got to remember that one of the sad truths about Arab culture in their names, when they come here to Western civilization, they will spell their names so many different ways and actually hold aliases, which is what it appears they're giving Elijah. They give him an Ilias and a Yasin. They don't seem to think it's important that you keep the same name. I mean, you can see this under President Obama. You could see it over and over again because he had a lot of Muslim Brotherhood members visiting him, and they would spell their names differently almost every time they came. It's humorous. I mean, yeah. All right. Sorry.
Likewise, we surely reward the doers of good. Surely he is among our believing servants.
We don't know what actually happened here. I mean, that's the thing. They don't tell us what happened, and they don't know the real story. I mean, they're trying to say, do you call on Baal? and forsake the best of the creators. They don't tell the story. Okay, you guys get all your stuff together. I want you to go out there and do this sacrifice here. Well, I'll tell you what. You keep beat yourselves up. Do whatever you got to do to get God to take that sacrifice right there. You're all to take the sacrifice. They beat themselves bloody. They screamed, yelled for day and night. Okay, they were a mess. No sacrifice taken by their God. And the truth is, Elijah gets up there. He throws water all over the sacrifice. He pours water all over the wood. Doesn't light it.
Okay.
And prays to God, and it's gone. Sacrifice is taken.
Yeah.
But you can't tell that from this story.
Yeah, you can't tell me. The story of Lot is copied from the Bible and corrupted once again. And surely Lot was of the messengers when we delivered him and all his family, except an elder who tarried.
And we're back to his wife being called an elder again.
Yeah, I know. Then we destroyed the others, and surely you passed by them in the morning and by the night. Do you not understand? No, I do not understand.
Well, hey, I'm curious. When they destroyed the others, I wonder if that was babies and women and all that stuff. Because it seems like Muslims have a big problem when the Bible says that it's going to wipe everybody out.
Yeah, Muslims do have a problem with that, but they don't understand that Allah Himself did it. So,
Surely here's where I'm having an issue. And surely you passed by them in the morning and by the night. Did they not leave? I mean, the one who tarried is the one left behind.
right.
Why are you passing by them if you've left? That doesn't make any sense.
I think they're trying to remind the people that they pass by the cities. Sodom
No,
and
I don't think
Gomorrah.
that. We destroyed it.
Of course, you wouldn't know that because you have no clue who were destroyed and for what and where. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm playing Allah here, and I'm doing a better job than Allah. And they would, so I mean, the people wouldn't have been left behind because they would have been all destroyed. Now, the remnants of the Sodom and Gomorrah would be left behind, and so would have Lot's wife, who became a pillar of salt. But then again, in here we have no idea. She was a little slow in the going. Okay, the story of of Jonah is copied from the Bible, condensed and corrupted. Okay, and surely Eunice. That is a wrong name. He meant Jonah. At least they got the Y correct because a J is a Y in Arabic. That's why when you translate Jesus, it can't be Isa because it would be a Y.
Joshua.
Yeah, or Yeshua, something like that. And surely Eunice, Jonah, was among those sent when he fled in the loaded ship. So he shared. So he was of the losers. So he shared. Shared what? Okay. So the whale swallowed him, and he was blamed. Blamed for what?
Wait. He fled in the loaded ship. He shared he was running from God, maybe?
I don't know.
And being a loser, they tossed him overboard.
I mean, we don't know how he even ended up in the whale. I mean, for the whale to swallow him, he would have
He had to swallow the ship then.
Right. He would have. Well, yeah, maybe the whale swallowed the ship too. Who knows? He would have had to be thrown into the water, or he jumped into the water, something. But
But he's a loser.
and he was blamed, right? So were it not that he was of those who praised, okay, then okay, were it not that he was of those who praised, then he would have stayed in its belly until a day they are raised. Okay. All right.
Wait, that doesn't. Who's really? That
The
really
belly
is.
of the whale. So he's saying that if it was not that he was one of those who praised, so I guess he must have praised Allah. He would have stayed in the belly until the day of judgment. That's a long time to
Yeah.
stay in the belly of a whale. He would have been whale poop by then. So we cast him on the barren shore, and he was sick. Okay. And we caused a gourd tree to grow up over him.
Talk about. Okay. Talk
Okay.
about disconnect.
And we sent him to 100,000 or more.
Okay, this is another example of. This is another example of Allah being chronologically impaired. He can't get the story.
I'm
He
laughing
really
at
can't.
I'm laughing at the part, and we sent him to 100,000 or more. Allah didn't know.
Well, this is where again it's Allah being chronologically impaired. The gourd story comes after the salvation of those that Jonah preaches to in Nineveh.
Well, I mean, Osama did say up here that it was condensed and corrupted. So Allah had to condense everything into one timeline.
And the timeline is messed up.
Yeah. Well, I definitely would highlight, and we sent him to 100,000 or more. How can Allah not know how many people he sent
Allah
him to?
doesn't know.
Well, they believed, so we gave them enjoyment for a time. Okay. How long is that enjoyment?
Allah doesn't know.
I mean, he doesn't know how many people he sent Jonah to, so why would he know?
Wait a minute. Isn't the guy of the Bible, doesn't it say the guy of the Bible knows how many hairs are on your head?
Sure does.
So that just proves how little this little God is. Wow.
Okay. Directly contradicting the Bible, Muhammad declares that God has no son. I think this is the biggest chapter. After this one, it's smooth sailing. So consult with them. Do daughters belong to your Lord, and to them the sons? Allah's
Okay,
Allah's
who
only
are we
got
talking about them?
Allah only has X chromosomes. Or have we created the angels females, and they were witnesses? I don't know. Maybe Allah likes female angels. Who knows?
That's really confusing.
I know. And is not surely from their own lie, they say.
Who are we even talking to here?
I don't know.
It is not surely from their own. We don't know who's talking. Well, it's supposed to be Allah talking, right?
I mean, if this is Allah, this is messed up.
Allah's incompetent communicator.
Yeah.
That's about it all. I mean, we.
And is not surely their own lies, they say. Allah has birth. Birth what? A cow?
Wait. Nobody ever said God gave birth in the Christians or Jews.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Allah is a she.
That's the implication here. Allah is female. That would follow through with the moon god.
Let me go to, where are we? We are 152. Man, we're moving like a clickety click.
Well, these little verses are half a thought.
152, because that's all Allah can muster.
Keep that in mind. Allah has birth.
Okay, Muhammad Assad said, God has begotten, and verily they are lying. Allah has children, they are simply liars. God has begotten, and they are liars. What does the Arabic say? Has begotten Allah, and indeed they surely are liars.
Allah, wait, say it again.
Has begotten Allah.
Say, okay. Did you hear what you just said? Allah was born. Has begotten Allah.
Or Allah gave birth, if you know. Because that's why Osama
if you say Allah has say it again. Allah, what does it say?
Well, in the word for word in Islam Awaken, it says has begotten Allah.
Okay, so has begotten Allah means Allah was born.
Yeah. I'm thinking more in line. Allah gave birth instead of Allah being born, but
Well, there's a difference in the what. Okay,
yeah.
was begotten. Allah. Okay, putting was begotten before Allah means Allah was born. So that's correct. I mean, that's either a bad translator for the order of the words, or they're doing it correctly, and Usama's being kind here.
Yeah. Well, Osama says Allah has birthed it, so that would almost seem like he's saying that Allah gave birth.
Yes, and it sounds like that's what they're trying to say because they're calling it a lie.
And surely they are liars. Has he then chosen the daughters over the sons? What is the matter with you? What is with you? Because the matter isn't there. How do you judge? I don't know. Do you not remember? I don't know.
Are people asking this about Allah?
I don't know who's talking here, and this is the problem. Has he chosen the daughters over the sons? What's with you? How do you judge? We don't know who's talking. Do you not remember, or do you have a manifest authority? So bring with your books if you were truthful. None of this. I mean, if we're taking this as Allah doing all the talking, Allah's talking about himself in the third person again. Well, Allah's kind of sick in the head, so I guess it's possible. And he's talking about, okay, he's supposed to be male. You know, they use a lot of male pronouns for him, but yeah, Allah. Oh, maybe Allah's one of those transsexuals.
Could be. Welcome back, lady.
I mean, or maybe one of those.
So sorry about that.
You gotta sit here and laugh. I mean, who is this God that, depending on which version we're reading of 152, he's getting born or he's giving birth? I'm kind of wondering.
Give me a second.
I'm looking at 153. It says, has he then chosen the daughters over the sons? So does Allah like having sex with one over the other, daughters and sons? Is that what he's trying to say?
I don't know.
Does he not have a preference? Is that what he's saying? A sexual preference? He's saying he doesn't. He'll swing both ways. I mean, that's kind of an interesting statement.
Your clue's as good as mine. Okay, do you not remember? Okay, or do you have a manifest authority? Okay, that means 157. So,
you would say for manifest authority, you're going to say,
okay. So bring with your books, if you were truthful. Bring what with my books?
He's not even telling us what books, so it doesn't help.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to bring something with my books. Oh, man. And they made a kinship between him and the jinn. And indeed, the jinn know that they will surely be brought.
Where are they getting brought?
I guess the hell. Praise be to Allah, what they describe, except for the faithful servants of Allah. So surely you, in what you serve, you are not seduced against him. Okay, you're not seduced. You are not seduced. No, you can't put you are not seduced anyone, because you're not seduced anyone against him, Allah. Okay.
Let's say that word for word on that one.
What are we doing? 62?
162, yep.
Let me see. Let me see what these people lie.
You did not seduce anyone against him? I mean, you're not seducing anyone against him?
Well, it says, can cause anyone to fall prey to your temptation, can never lure anyone away from him, cannot tempt anyone away from him.
And the word
for word says, not you from him can tempt away. Now, anyone is not in the Arabic either. So even the word for word, they're embellishing.
So say it again for the word for word.
Not you from him can tempt away.
This is just a mess. It's sad.
Okay, so surely, okay, you are not seduced. Oh, okay, you are not seduced anyone against an Allah except for who is roasting in hell. Woo, we're having a barbecue in hell. And none of us but has a known place. Okay. And surely we are those who stand in ranks, and surely we are who praise. Okay. And they were saying, goodbye. I forgot that song. And they were saying, in the rain and the sun will come. If we had the reminder of our ancients, then we surely would have been the faithful servants of Allah. I guess somebody.
We don't know who these ancients are either, because the ancients they referred to earlier were the people of Earth.
Yeah.
They don't know that, but that's what they were referring to.
Apparently, there's lots of ancients in the Quran. So they became infidels in it. Okay, and what? So they will know what? Okay. And indeed, our word came before to our servants, the messengers. Okay. Surely they are who are helped. Okay. And surely our troops, they are the victors. I don't know how troops got in here, but Larry mentions something about maybe they're talking about they're preparing to attack somebody, and
Well, that's what he keeps asking. I mean, are they preparing for battle? Is this a speech given to prepare people for battle? There's nothing there that makes any sense. Can you imagine listen? I mean, it's like listening to Biden, but it's worse.
Allah has troops. Now, who are his troops? Or is that the angels? He's got a platoon.
No
of
angels here.
You know? But apparently they are the victors. So turn away from them for a time. Turn away from who? And watch them so they will see. See what?
Wait a minute. If you're turning away from them, how are you supposed to watch them? Wait. We had to go all the way down here to find the torment. The good news of torment is back.
And watch them so they will see. Okay. Are they hastening our torment? So if it comes down to their court, so evil is the morning of the warns, and turn away from them for a time. Didn't he just repeat the same thing that he did in 174?
Okay.
And
174.
look, he just repeated the same
Turn
crap.
away. Yeah,
And turn away from them for a time and see so they will see. Now, all he did was change the watch to see. Because 175 says, and watch them so they will see. But 179 says, and see so they will see.
Oh, this is just bad. A guy who did this could never publish.
Bad.
I'm sorry. He just needs help.
Praise
I'll
be,
be saying, somebody needs to take this guy to the mental ward, please.
Praise be to your Lord, the Lord of honor, about what they describe. Okay, we don't know what they describe. And peace be on the messengers. And the praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
This is just
my God, we finished. Ho ho. Look at that. I think we might do. Oh, look, it's not even 7:30. We may even do another chapter. And we
should be racing through them because they're small.
Oh, look at this. Chapter 38 is.
And we start with another word that no one knows but Allah.
38, S.
It's a whole letter.
Now, let me see what chapter 38, according to this. Now, let me just, let me go to the Quran. Hello? Everything is slow.
If you're looking for one, it's an Arabic letter without meaning.
No, no, I was trying to see what the website said because the other one actually says Yasin, and Osama just put the letters YS. So I'm sure this one is seen. Um, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the chapter of S, like Superman. Oh, the next one is even funnier. I don't know if we'll get to it.
This one calls this Sa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Chapter Yasin, those who sat the ranks. Yeah, see, like on this website, remember how you mentioned that the verses have like multiple names?
You're talking about the chapters having 3 names?
Yeah. So, like for instance, this one, it's like the chapter 37. It goes, "Those who set the ranks, drawn up in ranks, the ras, the ra asafat." And this one is the letter Sod.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. The letter Sod. S, an unknown word, a letter. Okay. And I swear by the Quran that contains the reminder.
We don't know what reminder we're talking about.
We don't know what the Quran is because the Quran didn't exist. So how can you swear? Okay, again, if Allah means the Quran that's in the tablets, then He should say, "And we swear by the Quran that's in the holy tablets, in the holy palace of Allah in the seventh heaven."
That never made it to the ground.
Yeah. Yet those who became infidels are in boasting and opposition.
Hey, maybe they should be because the Quran never made it to the ground.
I know. How
These
many
ones are tough.
generations have we destroyed before them? I don't know. So they called Bidlata.
Wait, is this not another statement that Allah doesn't know?
There was
How
not
many?
an Arabic word of Syriac origin. So they called but not time to escape. What?
They
I
called
mean,
them.
it doesn't make sense.
Okay, how many generations we have destroyed before them? They didn't have time to escape. So why would you even add that to this?
I don't know.
What's the purpose? I mean, what? So you're just trying to make it sound cruel. We destroyed them. We didn't give them a chance to escape. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. It's just. I mean, talk about bad communication. He just made it so unclear, so you had to sit there and wonder what the heck he was saying.
Yeah, it basically says so they called, but there was not enough time to escape.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's just not necessary.
And they wonder that a warner came from among them. Okay. And the infidel said, "This is a sorcerer, a liar. Did he make the gods into one? Ah ha ha! Yes, he did. Surely this is a wonderful thing." And the leaders among them went forth. They walk. I'm sorry. Went forth that walk and be patient regarding your gods. Surely this is a desirable thing. What the hell is he talking about?
Okay, that wall can be okay. Surely this is a wonderful thing. He makes gods into one God. Surely this is a wonderful thing. And the leaders among them went forth that walk patient regarding. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, this is where we say if you're reading the Quran, you're up for killing brain cells because you're not learning anything here. You're asking more questions like, what are you trying to say? I mean,
And that walk be patient. Okay. We did not hear of this in the other religion. What other religion?
Well, hang on one second. What does that mean to make gods into one God? Doesn't that kind of sound like they're trying to combine a bunch of religions, almost like a universal religion?
yes. It sounds very well. One of the names for the Catholic version of the Pope is Magic. Has to be head of the mysteries. Maximus Mysterious, I think, or something like that. It's been a while, but it's a mess.
which is what really Muhammad did. If the Quran is from a guy named Muhammad, because isn't that what he did? Is combine the Christian and the pagan gods?
Well, he's
into one
trying to.
God?
Yes, you're not wrong.
So I mean, that seems like to be that this is the whole concept of what the Quran and religion has always been or always done is combining all the religions. If I'm understanding right.
You're not wrong here, but I mean that could be a more powerful look at it. I mean, did he make? I mean, I highlighted it. Did he make the gods into one god? I'll have to come back to it later and enjoy that one. But that's if the Quran says it and it's supposed to be true. If this is Allah's speech and the infidel, we have to remember here the infidels are saying this. This is a sorcerer, a liar. Did he make the gods into one god? And if he's talking about, I mean, sometimes I think what's in here that the infidels are saying is so accurate that it's scary. But 99% of the time when you're reading this, it doesn't make any sense. If you start to read between the lines, this is Allah admitting that he's made up.
Verse 7. We did not hear of this in the other religion. This is nothing but an invention. So there was another religion besides this one. I thought there was religions,
We did not hear of this in the other. We don't know what they're talking about again.
No clue.
All I can think of is that the claim that be patient regarding us.
All right, so verse 8 says,
it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Has the reminder, which I believe it says the zikah, come down on him from amongst us? Okay, who's talking here? Yet they are in doubt regarding my reminder.
Okay, has the reminder come down on him? So this will be Allah has the reminder. Why was Allah asking a question here? How, has the reminder come down? I mean, if this is Muhammad, how has the reminder come down on him from us, among us? That doesn't make any sense either. So who actually, this is a lot of questions. I mean, we ask this question a lot. Who's speaking? You can't tell. There's nothing telling us.
I mean, it's very embarrassing if it's Allah, because he's saying, has the reminder come down on him from amongst us?
Okay, so if we take the Sunni Muslims at their word that this is Allah's speech, Allah is truly clueless. He doesn't know.
You can't win in any angle.
No, he can't.
Not in this one. Yet they are in doubt regarding my reminder. Well, if you don't know and the people don't know, what does that say about you, Allah? I'm sorry, it's just hilarious when I think about it.
Yet they have not tasted my torment. Or do they have the treasuries of the mercy of your Lord, the grantor?
Okay, so haven't tasted my torment and then the mercies of your Lord. What's going on with that one?
I don't know. Somebody drank the Kool-Aid and it wasn't the good one.
So wait a minute.
And there's no like quotation mark for both of those. My torment, your Lord. They're like, it would make decent sense.
Well, okay, so we're not. These are not supposed to be the infidels speaking. This is where we're running into the problem. Have not traced my torment, which would be Allah speaking. If Allah is speaking, and he's saying they have the treasuries of the mercy of your Lord, he's now referring to himself. He goes from the first person to referring to himself in the third person.
Unless it's Muhammad talking about his torment, which then
they have not tasted my torment. So Muhammad's a tormentor. Or do they have treasuries of the mercy of Allah? That could almost work. You have not tasted Muhammad's torment. Or do they have the treasuries of the mercy of Allah? You could get away with that. It's still bad.
All right, number 10. Or do they have the kingdom of the heavens and the earth and what is between them? So let them ascend and the reasons. Okay.
That doesn't make any sense either. Let's send in the reasons of what? What are we talking
don't know.
about? What's ascending?
The angels, I guess. I don't know. Any troops thereupon will be defeated among the parties. Okay. Before them, the people of Noah and Ad and Pharaoh, the possessor of the stakes, denied.
What the?
I have no clue.
Okay,
And
before the people of Noah,
Tammuz.
God, and Pharaoh. We have no clue what that was just said. Everybody got denied? Wait a minute. If they all get possessor, I have no clue what that doesn't communicate anything.
And Thamud and the people of Lot and the companions of the woods. So woods have companions. Those are the parties. What parties? Somebody have a party and forgot to invite me? Those are the parties that all of them denied the messengers. So the punishment is established. And those
What was the punishment that got established? Because I didn't hear any punishment here.
And those will not wait, but for one
Established as in like past.
Yeah. And those will not wait, but for one shout, which does not cease. And they said, Our Lord, hasten us to our
Kids.
Kids. What number is that? 5?
3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jumping way ahead. 3. Sentence. Our Lord, hasten us to our sentence before the reckoning day.
Okay, so here's the big question. How can you get your sentence before the reckoning day?
Then, by that logic, the reckoning day must be worse than the sentence.
Could be.
Which makes no sense. It's like saying
that's exactly
my court case was worse than my. Who would say that?
Yeah, it's the logic of an illogical being.
The story of David and his sin with Bathsheba is copied from the Bible and corrupted.
This is going to be an adventure.
17. Be patient with what they say and remember our servant David, a man with hands.
Gee, doesn't everybody? Most people do.
Gee, that's an interesting one.
I have one friend he doesn't have, he was born a little different, but you can say he has a hand and the other one isn't necessarily, but yeah.
You can see the writer of the Quran really try his best to try to do some story around this.
Are they trying to purposely do this so that supposedly they're probably thinking, listen, if we write this book, it is so bad that maybe nobody will join this religion. So how come nobody else is getting the message that we're getting?
Oh my gosh, because none of them read it.
I guess.
Word for word.
Surely he was repentant. Surely we made the mountain subservient with him. They will praise in the evening and in the sunrise. Shouldn't he have said, surely we made the mountain subservient to him? With him? So the mountains were subservient with him to Allah, I guess. Notice we don't hear about,
So the mountains, so who, we made the mountains subservient. So the mountains, so the mountains are servants just like David.
Yes, because Allah thinks that the mountains are, they got a life.
People.
But it's just random. Like, why don't say this in like the beginning of creation? Like the mountains are servants to Allah.
What we're reading
That's what I'm saying. How does this have to do with his sin with Bathsheba?
Oh, but well, maybe it's going to come down. It's going to come down. Let's hold our horses.
Oh wait, we got another problem here coming up. Go ahead.
Yes, and the birds in obedience were all gathered to him.
Okay, the birds are gathered to King David. Okay, what does that have to do with the story?
I don't
Nothing
know,
I
but
can
wait
think
a
of.
minute. Let's and we strengthened his kingdom, and we gave him the wisdom and the discerning speech. He was a good speaker, and has the news of the two litigants come to
The
you?
isn't discerning for not for speech? Like it seems like a weird attribute to have discernment.
Yeah, but you know, Allah didn't
There's
know
no
that.
discernment in this speech that's in the Quran. Let me put it that way. um,
Okay.
so discernment, I think Allah doesn't understand the concept of discernment too. We've seen there's
It's like
several words
saying
he
the
doesn't know.
wise book.
Yeah. He doesn't know what a Quran. I don't think Allah knows what the Quran is when he's writing this, because if he did, he would never throw it down on anybody because it doesn't make any sense. But Allah doesn't know what discernment means because it usually comes with wisdom. You can't have it separate. Wisdom without discernment is junk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know, Allah be jung, be jung, be jung.
And discernment is thought, not discerning speech. It doesn't
You know
make
what's
sense.
you know what's really funny? Some people could play on this situation and say that the wisdom is referring to the wisdom is in the Quran. So, they could say that, they gave him a book and discerning speech.
Yeah, but they can't say the
That's
Quran
If,
because
okay,
the Quran didn't exist.
but if okay, let's have another laugh here. If the Quran was given down, and this is considered wisdom, discerning speech would be people going, "Hey, you're an idiot. This doesn't make any sense." That's the discerning speech I hear.
Okay, 21's kind of weird. And has the news of the two litigants come to you when they entered the Holy of Holies? Oh,
Who
two
are we even
lawyers?
talking about here?
I don't know. Sounds like a court case here. Somebody is accusing
Why? Okay,
somebody.
here's a big problem. Number one problem here. They're entering the Holy of Holies. They'd be dead.
Yeah, nobody enters the Holies of Holies.
One priest, one time a year, not two people. They would both be dead.
When they entered into David. Oh,
Whoa!
that's
So
David is living in the Holies of Holies?
no. I read that as people entering into David.
Yeah.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. So he panicked because of them. They said, "Do not be afraid. Two litigants, some of us had wronged the others. So judge between us with the truth and do not act unjustly and guide us to a right way."
Okay, does anybody know what they're talking about with these two litigants? What have they done?
Absolutely no. I have no clue what these two
And
litigants
entering
are.
into David, unless we're calling it Jerusalem the city of David, or we're calling Bethlehem the city of David, we have a serious problem. We're not knowing if he's referring to David as an individual or David as a city.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of, two people have a dispute and they're coming to him for judgment. Okay, do not be afraid. Two litigants, some of us has wronged the others. Okay. If it's two, that doesn't make sense. So judge between us what the truth is. Surely this is my brother. He has 99 sheep. I had one sheep. He had one sheep. I guess the sheep go away. So he said, "Give it to me." And he overcame me in the argument. Well, he was a
So he
better
got beat
argument.
up.
He was a better debater than the guy was. He said, "Indeed, he has done an injustice to you by asking for your sheep to his sheep." Huh? And surely,
So this brother who had the 99 was smarter than the guy who had one.
Mm,
He said, "Give me that one. I'll take care of it for you."
yeah.
And instead of waiting for him, it's pretty bad. He beat this guy up with words.
And surely many partners wrong one another, except those who believed and did good deeds. And a few
So
there are.
unclear.
Okay. I guess there aren't that many people that do good deeds. And David thought that we would only seduce him So he asked forgiveness from his Lord and fell down and bowed in turns.
So we don't know what David did wrong here.
Okay, but how do you fall down, then bow when you're already on the floor, and then turn while you're laying down on the
If you
floor?
fall on your face, so you're prostrate, why would you bow after you prostrate?
But what I don't understand is, why is David asking forgiveness? What did David do?
That's the real issue here. We haven't seen anything
I
David's
mean, we're
done. That's
talking
wrong.
about other people that came to him to be judged by him, but then it says, and David thought that we only seduced him. Okay,
We don't even know who they're talking about. Who's
how was
we?
he seduced? By two people coming to him and saying, hey, my brother had 99 sheep and I had one, but he took my one. Now he's got 100.
And
Okay,
David says, give it back.
so we forgave him this. Forgave him of what? And surely he had a nearness to us and a good return.
That doesn't make any sense either.
None of this makes any sense. Oh, David, surely we made you a viceroy on the earth. So judge between the people with the truth and do not follow the desire, so it will lead you astray from the way of Allah.
So Viceroy,
Uh, did we get lost? Did Paul just freeze?
Yeah, I think Paul's freezing again.
is like a ruler. That's
You froze for a second there, or two or three or four.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That never makes any sense to me. My internet's strong, so I don't know. I don't think Allah's mixing. I think we talked about Jews selling scriptures. I think they're having a good laugh again. I have no clue what this story's about. I mean, what I was trying to say is I asked you, so I'm going to change this word viceroy to ruler, because today when we think of viceroy, we're thinking. I mean, I don't know if that's. Did we not make you a king? This would be king, a king on the earth, if we're looking for that meaning. So judge between the people with the truth and do not follow the desire.
Well, I guess
we don't know what David did that was wrong.
Yeah.
We have no clue here. There's nothing here telling anything about the sin of David.
And also, Allah doesn't know the term king.
Yes.
I mean, clearly, he knows the term Adam, which didn't exist, but he doesn't know the word king. Oh, David, surely we made you a king on the earth, so judge between the people with the truth and do not follow the desire, so it will lead you astray from the way of Allah. Surely those who were led astray from the way of Allah will have a severe torment because they forgot the reckoning day. And we did not create the heaven and the earth. I thought Allah created the heavens and the earth.
Well, okay, we have a problem here. You're only going to... Why would you have a severe torment because you forgot a day that's coming in the future? It hasn't happened yet.
It's a very important day. How dare you forget that important day?
But it hasn't happened, so why do you feel torture? It doesn't make any sense.
And he only created the heaven and the earth. Somehow, I guess the other creators created the other heavens. Okay. And what is between them in vain? So something is in... Okay. This is what those who became infidels thought.
I like every time he really generalizes, and when he says like between something, it's such a generalization.
With that generalization, you're right.
This is the book of vagueness, the clear as mud book. This is what those who became infidels thought, so woe to those who became infidels from the fire. So wait a minute. You become infidels from the fire? Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I thought that's a good thing. Infidels from the fire. So we don't want to follow Satan, so we're turning away from the fire. Oh! So Allah is Satan again?
I have no clue.
Well,
28. Okay, we got 10 minutes, so let's see how far we want to go.
Finish to 29, or will we go on and finish that next one?
Okay, 28. Or
Yeah.
did we make those who believed and did good deeds as those who vandalize on the earth? Or did we make the fearers as the forjar? What the hell is that? Number 4. Wicked. Or did we make the fearers as the wicked? A book we have sent down to you. Okay, what book? Who's he talking to? In no way is it Muhammad, because Muhammad did not get a book.
He
Blessed.
couldn't read it, that's for sure.
Yeah. A
You
book.
could send him a book, but he'd never
Dave,
read it. What good would that be?
well, David got a book too. Everyone gets a book.
I know.
But if you can't read the
I
book,
got a
there's a
book.
problem.
I got 4,000 books. I'm better than Muhammad.
Maybe Allah's Oprah. You get
I
a
know,
book. You
man.
get a book.
Okay, so 29. A book we have sent it down to you. Well, at least he didn't send it down on you. Blessed. So the book is blessed, so that they may contemplate on its verses and let the people of understanding remember.
Okay, wait a minute. You have to be mentally ill to understand this book. I mean, seriously,
Okay.
something has to be loose in that brain, because there's so much unclear here. But then, if you're speaking in con man language and you're making these wild generalizations, anybody can take it any way you want it to be, which is bad.
The story of Solomon is
Wait a minute,
copied.
I'm sorry, hold on. Didn't Usama say up here this had to do with the sin of Bathsheba? But there was nothing here that talked about Bathsheba. Nothing here that talked about a sin of David. I mean, there's a mention that he did something wrong, but there's no mention of sin. You wouldn't know that Muslims believe there's something to do with Bathsheba in here.
Well, it couldn't be in there because remember, Allah's prophets, they commit no sin. So David, according to Islam, he did not commit adultery. That is a no-no. Although Muhammad did, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, well Muhammad gets away with,
Hey,
he
and
can have
you know what I noticed? Remember that verse that says that you can marry 2 or 3 or 4?
Yeah.
If you read the verse, that is talking about you can marry 2 or 3 or 4 from the orphans.
Yes.
So they have to be orphans. Otherwise, you can't marry 2 or 3 or 4.
Which explains why he killed their families.
Got it? Well, yeah, but see, you could only be an orphan up to a certain age.
Okay, let's be honest. We're
missing.
missing the point here.
Yeah.
The word marry is
sex.
nikah, which is have
Right.
sex. So
And also,
don't have sex with. Okay, we're not talking about marriage. We're talking about having sex. So you can have sex with 2, 3. That's not 2 and 3 is 5. You can have, and add that 4 in. Okay, that's 9. So you can have sex with 9 women whenever you want. Yeah, like that's gonna last long for you. Allah, you have some perversions. I'm sorry.
okay, the story of Solomon is copied from the Bible when corrupted. Okay, and notice Muhammad's confusion of Satan's and jinn. As seen clearly in the verse 27:17, Muhammad clearly claims that the army of Solomon is comprised of jinn and people. And let's not forget the birds.
Yeah, but the birds were given to David, I thought.
We might throw in some ants. Okay. And to David we granted Solomon. Notice that we nowhere will you find, and to Abraham we granted Ishmael. Blessed the servant, surely he was repentant. When they displayed the prancing
Who's
horses,
repentant?
David.
Bless the servant. We don't
David,
know who.
yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Well, since it's saying that we granted Solomon to David, he was
Okay, so
blessed.
we refer to David. Okay.
He was blessed because he was of the repentant. He was repentant.
Okay.
When they displayed the prancing horses before him in the evening, so he said, surely I love the love of the good above the remembrance of my Lord.
What does that have to do with the horses?
I have no clue. Until the sun was hidden from behind the veil. Bring them back to me. Bring what back to him? The horses? So he set to stroke the legs and the necks. What does that mean?
Okay, you want to stroke a horse's leg, you're lucky you don't get kicked.
Okay, so he set to stroke the legs and the neck. Okay. And indeed, we seduced Solomon. Whoa, ho, ho, what the hell? And we seduced Solomon and placed him on his throne, a body,
So we seduced Solomon and placed on his throne a body.
and placed on his throne a body. Then he turned. What the hell?
Okay, seduced Solomon. So somebody sexually got Solomon away from the throne, and they put some guy there on his throne. And Solomon turns around. Okay.
Okay. He said, My Lord, forgive me and grant me a kingdom which no one after me must have. Surely you are the granter.
Oh my
So we
God.
made the wind subservient to him. And okay, so it ran softly by his command wherever he directed it. And of the Satan's Evibana, must be every demon. Oh, every builder, non-Arabic word of Akkadian origin. And of every builder and diver, and others were bound in chains. Okay, wow. This is our gift. So we give or withhold without accounting. And surely he was near to us and had a good return. And on that note, let's just finish right here on 41. So you can highlight that so that I can come back to that.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had fun. We covered quite a bit today. I think we did 3.5, 4 chapters.
Well, as they get smaller and smaller, we're going to go faster
Yeah.
and faster, unfortunately.
I know, and I think the last chapter that we read, I think that's the last one that's got over 100 and something verses. So yeah, we might be doing 3, 4, 5 in one setting. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
All these past perversions of biblical stories, and there's no prophecies. The only prophecy they come close to talking about is this day of reckoning. And when they mentioned it, they said, well, the guys didn't remember the day of reckoning, and they felt tortured. Well, something hasn't happened yet, so there's no reason for anybody to be tortured. It's just so much gobbledygook. This is getting, I don't know it could get worse, but it sounds like it's getting worse.
Yes. All right. I'd like to thank we hit 11 people. Thank you for coming. All those that were on the chat, I really appreciate that. Remember, we lose our brain cells so you don't have to. You might lose some while you're listening to us. And we try to have fun because if not, I would cry, and not a good cry. I would just cry at how bad this book is. So I want to thank you, and we will be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to fill in the slot for the Cross and the Crescent until they come back, hopefully. So thank you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, except for Marion. It's already Sunday for her because she's way ahead. So you have a good one. Darcy, thank you. Mick. Everybody else that I can't see, thank you, because obviously there's more than a couple people. It is fun, to be honest with you. It's fun, but
That's funny. You just did Allah's generalization to the scene in audience.
Well, I can't see everybody, so alhamdulillah. But anyway, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. That's if none of the big names aren't having a show at the same time as moi over here. Leah, Paul, Larry, thank you. I think Leah wants to hold on.
Yeah, so I saw it.
Let me just say goodbye, and we'll come back tomorrow.